Hey guys, this is FPL Tips and welcome back to another live stream. Just let me know if you guys can hear me and see the screen as well. Is there no audio? Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is the present team. I think we'll go player by player. We'll go position by position. I will discuss which player is likely to fit into that position, and we'll look at the budget later on. Yes, hopefully most of us have got 100 points. We captain Gundogan at the last moment. Not at the last moment. We're pretty much sure about Gundogan. But yeah, hopefully everyone has 100 there. Yeah, I'm at 88. Depends on how Cancelo and Diaz play. That should get me to 100. Okay, I'll just remove every player before we start building squads. I'll remove everyone, and if we need to restore someone, we'll do it. Because there is some debate that will happen with certain players. I think I'll just keep these two. I'm pretty much sure that we want them here. Okay, so we start with the keeper. I think it's pretty much essential that we keep Martinez. He has a double game week. He plays in 25. He might have a double game week in 27 or 28. He has a blank game week fixture in 29. And he is the best keeper of all at the moment. And I think he's a season keep set and forget keeper. So he is going nowhere. Now this question comes when you come to the second keeper. There is a lot of rumors that McCarthy could be benched or not. At the moment, yes, I had eyes on McCarthy, but I might switch to Sanchez. The upside is that I get another keeper playing for Game Week 29. So we just might want to find Sanchez and put him in. Let's just switch to Brighton. Yeah, so Sanchez is also 4.5 right now. So there is no money saving out there, but I think Sanchez at 4.5 is also a decent option with a single game week. Brighton, yes, the defenders are doing good. So either you could go Sanchez or you could go some defender like a White or a Dan Burn at 4.2. Those two are decent options as well, but I would stick to the keeper because there is no rotation risk there. I wouldn't go Areola for the second keeper. I'm not confident of Areola keeping clean sheets. With Sanchez, at least with the fixtures out there, he faces West Brom, I think, in one of them. He faces West Brom in 26-25 Crystal Palace. So I think I see clean sheets there. And in 29, he faces Newcastle. So in the three games I'm most likely to play him, he might get clean sheets. Uh, No, I think I'm going to stick to bench boost wildcards. We can discuss wildcards which are not for bench boost, but I think we are going to essentially look at strategies with bench boost and beyond. Is this for long term or for those who bench boost? I think most likely bench boost. You can make changes like for the people who are not bench boosting. You ideally don't want a second keeper, a fifth defender, and maybe a third attacker. So it's up to you. You can tweak your team, but the discussion still applies to your wildcard. Werner for a third forward, not considering him at the moment. Definitely as a replacement, we'll talk about it. Replace Justin, I think, with Shaw, which brings me to my first pick. I think the first one which I'm bringing in is Shaw. I'm going to bring in Luke Shaw. Cancelo sticks into my team and Diaz as well. Now, there's a lot of debate in my head going where should I keep Cancelo or should I move to Stones? Stones could rise in price tonight uh, and he could become 5.3. Cancelo's selling price at the moment is 5.9. So that gives me about zero point 0.7 in my bank to upgrade anywhere else. Could be your case as well. So we'll have to see how effective Cancelo is. Also, that Cancelo will get rotated. Stones will also get rotated. So apart from Diaz, everyone will face rotation in the City team. Don't expect both of your City defenders to play both of the games in double game week. Struge at 3.9 is something that we need to discuss. Now, I'll pick up the Leeds team for that discussion. I also was looking at him, but the thing with Scooch is depends on Lorente, who's back at 20 Feb. So, as soon as Lorente is fit, if you guys can see it on your screen, Struge is out of position. Struge won't start. I think Lorente is the first choice defender there. He is most likely to start over Struge. It could be wrong as well. I mean, Struge is a uh, dicey pick for me at the moment. I can look at Stooge. I'm definitely not looking Dallas in my team. I've just bought him for the price rise and in case I want to keep him. But if you go with Stooge, yes, you can include the likes of Salah and Bruno both. but I'm not confident of keeping him. More likely to keep Dyer instead of him. Antonio replacements with no extra funds, either Bamford or Wilson. Uh, is Che Adams worth bringing? Che Adams, I think, has lost his position to Redmond, which is a very high possibility, and then Che might not start the game. So it's better to go to Ings or just not bring the Southampton assets, go to WordPress if possible, than actually risking it for Adams. Should we keep Shaw? Yes, definitely. If I do wildcard tonight, can I make changes before the deadline without a hit? Yes. Break away from the city defense. No, I don't think I would break away, irrespective of the rotation. Even if they play one fixture together, I think it's fair enough. They'll keep a clean sheet. Okay, a lot of people suggesting Amartya as the fifth defender as well. Again, with Amartya, that's the problem. Castani is expected to be back this weekend again, so that again leaves you with a 3.9 defender, uh, who might not play the double game week. Now the problem with Amartya especially is that he has a fixture in between, so he might play the next one because I think Pereira is also having some muscle stiffness, and Castani is expected to be back. I think by anytime hamstring injury. Expected timeline was 21 Feb. So it depends if Castagna doesn't play midweek the next week as well and is back for the double. Your Amate is out of your bench boost and you're essentially wasting one spot on your bench boost, which I don't really want to at the moment. Yes, we'll be looking at the Leicester defense. Definitely, I'm looking at Soyuncu and Evans both. Soyuncu being the cheaper one. I'm definitely looking at Soyuncu as a pick. We'll leave the fifth midfield defender spot. I think these four defenders are most nailed on. And when you look at the fixtures for the double, I think Tottenham have a decent run. I am also looking at the Everton defense in terms of Holgate. They face Southampton, and I think another Wolves possibly, or Aston Villa. I'm not really sure about that. But if Everton have a double game week and possibly if Holgate or Godfrey are keeping positions, Holgate at 4.8 is also a decent pick to be honest. It's a differential one, or you could go Dyer at 4.9. Yes, Dyer is deemed to be rotation risk. I don't think so. He's still one of the most nailed on defender in the Tottenham lineup. He made a mistake. He's been benched once or twice. I think Mourinho did mention in the press that he's going to put out his strongest 11 in the Europa. So if we see Dyer in there, I think it's an indication that Dyer will still start the Premier League games. Barnes or Madison, should I keep both? Have made a comparison and posted it on the Instagram story. It's up to you. If you look at the stats, Barnes is much better. If you want to go, if you're someone who prefers the eye test, go Madison. Maja will be a regular, but he has some injury concerns and might not be playing game week 25. Why is 25 ideal for wildcard? If you can see, we'll be having 13 to 15 double game week players and we'll be bench boosting in 26. I don't, that essentially gives you about 24 to 30 fixtures or players playing in your team in 26. I think you cannot really utilize the bench boost tip better. How's Reguilon on a double game week option? He's still away from recovering, and in the press, Mourinho mentioned that he's not even close to recovering. So definitely not. Soyuncu is the first choice defender in Leicester. If Evans is fit, Morgan is fit, Fofana is fit, doesn't matter. I think Soyuncu is the first name that goes into the team sheet after Schmeichel, and he will definitely play. Uh, if you want to, everyone who's wanting to make a wildcard draft to triple captain or something, you probably want to save your wildcard. If you're not bench boosting in 26, don't waste your wildcard. That is my opinion. Save it till up till 31 where the fixtures swing, and then you can load up onto players for the end of the season. Don't waste your wildcard for triple captain or free hit in 26. Possibly save it if you don't want to bench boost. Don't wildcard in 25. Uh, Already discussed RMN. Why not Stones? There's no reason why not Stones. I've already mentioned that I might be looking at Stones as a just to save money. There's no reason why I should go to Stones or not. Okay, Ben Crellin just mentioned that tomorrow 4 p.m. is most likely when the fixtures will be announced, not tonight. Why not Brighton defender? Already have a keeper. from Brighton. I don't want to double up on Brighton. Also, when then you'll probably ask that the price. I think price wise as well. Uh, the combined price of Sanchez plus Soyuncu is lesser than Schmeichel plus any good defender, which could be Dunk, most likely Dunk. If you're going for a Brighton defender, I think you need to take a punt on Dunk because he is the one who scores header. He is the one who's probably going to get you the points. Westergaard is a decent option. We can also possibly go and instead of the Holgate or someone Dyer, we can go Westergaard. He has a triple double game week possible, so that's a decent option that was on my mind as well. Westergaard is 4.7, so that saves you money as well. This could be a potential defensive lineup, but the con with Southampton is I don't see a clean sheet at all for Southampton. If we talk about stats as well, I've opened up. Stats for the last let's say we check it for the last 4 game weeks if possible. uh, I think Southampton are second worst or third worst when you look at big chances conceded in the last 4 game weeks. uh, they've conceded about 13 big chances, so clearly in the last and in the last 4 game weeks they've conceded 11 big chances, tied with Liverpool, Everton and Sheffield United. So clearly, Southampton are not defensively good. If you're taking Westergaard, only pick it because Leeds concede a lot of goals through headers. So that's the only reason I want, and set pieces. So that's the only reason you want to bring in Westergaard. Rudiger is not. I'm not looking at teams for picking up my wildcard, which do not have a decent double game week. Players like Dawson, players like Rudiger, they are obviously options going forward when you want to switch out someone, like when you want to remove Soyuncu for a cheaper player and take money out of your bench. That is when you look at players like Rudiger and Dawson. Ideally, I'm not looking at them right now because they have a tough double game week and it makes no sense to load up onto them for wildcard. 4 p.m. IC, no, it's tomorrow. It's 4 p.m. GMT, which is should be about 9:30 our time. Yes, we will be taking. That is the reason a lot of people scrutiny, like criticize that I have a triple Leeds, I have double Tottenham Hotspurs, but that is taking into account that I don't have free hit for 29. So I will have to load up on certain teams so that I have a decent team for that game week as well. I'm not looking at Konsa specifically because I have Martinez. Defensively, yes, they're decent, but I don't want to double up on Aston Villa, whose numbers haven't been that great. Yes, the team did struggle against Brighton as well. I don't specifically see a clean sheet, double clean sheet there. Don't want to risk on a double defense apart from City. Ideal Spurs defender, according to me, is a Dyer. I think, or if you have money, go Alderweireld, but I would stick to Dyer. Why not save the wild card for later? It depends on your team. I had a decent bench until the DCL got injured and Antonio was not fit, and then I had the need to. I wanted to bring in Rafinha plus Ings for the double game week 25 as well. Wanted to shuffle around the team for game week 24 as well. So I used my free transfers to load up and invest on game week 24, and then hit wildcard for 25. That gives me. That was the best thing for my team at the moment, I thought. And going forward as well, I think it will serve well. There's no reason to save wildcard or not save wildcard, depends on your team. If you have a decent bench, you can save wildcard. There's no pro or con because ultimately it depends on your team. I think my team will do decent even without wildcard in 31. What about midfield? Yes, we'll be talking about midfield. I think do Stones in and Westergaard space keep blank. I think yeah. Let's say we remove Cancelo and bring in Stones to save money, and then we can look forward. Because Stones is a huge money saver. I think Gundogan is moving to midfield. I think Gundogan is pretty much nailed on. His stats with De Bruyne were also decent, so I don't think even De Bruyne coming back into the team, Gundogan should be a problem. He's still playing alongside the striker. I think he'll be playing slightly deeper, not inside the box, around the box, or the edge of the box. But I think his numbers will be still good. Penalties will be taken off him for sure. Could be because not because of Kevin De Bruyne, especially because of his miss. But I would still keep De Bruyne, Gundogan even after De Bruyne coming back. Also, it doesn't have we don't have the money to upgrade to De Bruyne. So I think at 5.9, 6.1, it's the ideal player you want from City. Yes, his current Cancelo's current price is 6.1. I think my selling price is 5.9. I brought him very early, about 5.67. So I think it still gives me point 0.7. My selling price is 5.9, so it gives me point 0.7 bracket for Stones to Cancelo. Is Gundogan an ideal transfer for the future? It's not an ideal transfer, but I think if you have him, you definitely want to hold him. Should I remove Cresswell for Game Week 26 given I have value attached to him? No, I don't think you should remove if you're not wildcarding because Cresswell has been an amazing player. Definitely was on my list the entire season. Couldn't get him because of other transfer fires, but you shouldn't remove him specifically. Sterling to start today and generally, yeah, I think Cancelo, I expect him to start in the midfield today. Let's see how it goes. Is Kane and Son essential? We'll talk about it. I think Kane is pretty much essential looking at their stats, especially the stats against the bottom sides. Should I start Struch for the double game week? You can hopefully starts both. Antonio replacement. Marvel, Man, Ravel, you probably we are talking about only about wildcard. If you want a replacement, we have put a buy or sell post. I think Bamford, Watkins, Ings are the best ones. Okay, so yes, I think Gundogan is a must. Rafinha is a must. So I haven't bought Rafinha till now because he wasn't close to a price rise. Also, guys, for everyone who's wildcard, closely monitor price rise at fplstatistics.com. You don't want to miss out on price rises and drops. Sun or Kane I think the Kane stats are much better. I posted a comparison, and the Kane is way too ahead if you want to pick one, which we will also discuss. So now there are three slots to fill. I think Sun, pretty much. Let's say we start with Sun filling in Sun. I think between Salah and Fernandes, comes to a point where you have two fixtures to take into consideration for Salah, which is Sheffield United and Everton, and for Bruno, you have Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Now, when you look at the last four game weeks, these Sheffield United has have considered 11 big chances in the last four. Everton have considered 11 big chances in the last four. Crystal have considered 9. Newcastle have considered 8. Now, when you look at their respective home and away stats, Crystal have considered only 7th and they are 12th in big chances considered in the last four home away games. So I think Crystal versus Manchester United is a Manchester home game. So that slightly puts me off Bruno. Yes, Newcastle away from home. I think that's the fixture they play against United this week. Yes, and Newcastle have considered a certain amount of big chances. I think 9, and they and United could explode against Newcastle. But going long term, I think what puts me off Bruno is the fixtures. When you look at the fixture ticker, I think if I remember correctly, in the next seven, uh, United face Newcastle, Chelsea, Manchester City, West Ham, Brighton, Tottenham, Burnley. Now, only one fixture, which is Newcastle, is a decent fixture in my opinion. Even if we add the blank, which is Crystal Palace, maybe two. Chelsea, City, West Ham, Brighton also is playing decent. Brighton, Burnley, and Tottenham. All of these teams are actually tough for United. They're not easy teams. When you look at Liverpool's fixture pile up, they have Everton, Sheffield, Fulham, Wolves. They could play Chelsea when they have a double. Then they have Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Leeds. So going long term and looking at captaincy, I think I'm going to retain Salah in my wildcard draft. I think I'm going to let go Bruno only because I have Shaw's as a cover as well. And I think when you look at game week 27 or 8 for captaincy, Salah stands out for me against Fulham in that game week, and I'm most likely to captain him against Fulham. Uh, Bruno plays Manchester City. I don't want to waste a transfer there. We'll do a couple of game week team schedules as well, but I think I'm most likely to keep Salah for the fixtures ahead. No, I have not loaded up the game week 26 fixtures. I think most likely tomorrow they'll get confirmed as Ben said, so that should be okay. It's the same fixtures I posted earlier. Take Mopé in place of Antonio. I wouldn't take Brighton attackers. Their attacking numbers have been nearly negligible. In the last four games, they have created about what four big chances. So that is about one big chance per 90 minutes, and that also has not fallen for Mopé. So you don't really want to bring in Mopé. No, I just want a United player. So United haven't been scoring that free flowingly in the last 4 game weeks. So they've created about I think only 9 big chances in the last four and about 11 in the last six. So they haven't been. They are one of the best attacking sides. They're in the top four, but when you compare them to Liverpool, Liverpool have also created certain amount of big chances, and Salah does look in form. And the fixtures are not exactly for Bruno because even if I keep Bruno till about what game week 26 or in 26, I'll have to remove him as soon as 26 is done because he has City, then West Ham, Tottenham, and Brighton. So I don't see a lot of point potential there, and I'm sticking to Salah. It also gives me a captaincy option when I pick Salah. Okay, we'll just put in Kane so that gives us a very good idea of how much money do we have to fill in the last spot. So that's 11 million gone there. So we have about 8.2 million if you look at the right top of the screen. We have 8.2 million to fill in a couple of spots and to shuffle around with the team. I think we can easily put Madison or Grealish or Barnes. Uh, I think we'll have to take a tough call on between all of them because it essentially is the fixture of 25 which is important. So Aston Villa faces Leicester, Leicester faces Aston at 25. It's a 50-50 pick. But after that, it's Madison. So there are two ways you can do this. You can, if you want Grealish, you can pick Grealish because I have value attached to him in 25. And in 26, what I'm planning is I'll remove Rafinha and Ings for a Diagne, which would be my differential, and I'm pretty much confident about him. Should be there on the second page. And I've already talked about Diagne as being my differential, and I can easily bring in Madison for Rafinha. So those will be my two transfers before the double game week. So this is how my team would be looking in double game week 26. I'll be having Martinez, Sanchez, Soyuncu, Vestergaard, Stones, Shaw, Diaz, Madison, Grealish, Salah, Gundogan, Son, Bamford, Diagne, and Kane. Is Sterling a must? But I have if you have Gundogan, Sterling isn't a must. That should I go ESR or Saka? Saka. Any replacements for Antonio? Have Bamford and Ings already. Get Watkins or Diagne. I think Diagne is a decent pick if you buy him now as well. We spoke about this when we got Bucker on, and I picked Diagne and Madison as my two differentials. We could go Barnes instead, and in let's say we go Barnes. I'll give you an good scenario as well where you could probably pick Barnes. If we restored Danny Ings and let's say we had Rafinha here and we put back Rafinha, we're about zero point 0.6 in the bank. Okay, we short of Barnes. We'll have to remove someone to get Barnes. So that is not a direct replacement if we get Grealish. No, I'm not getting Watkins for the double game week. I can only pick either Watkins if I'm planning to get in Watkins. I probably remove Grealish from a wildcard team and stick with Madison for 25, and then instead of Ings, I get in Watkins. But that leaves me with Rafinha or someone. I'll have to remove Rafinha to an 8.2 midfielder, which is not exactly what I want. There is no 8.2 midfielder which I really want into my team at the moment. There's no player that could actually fill it. Going back to Grealish is really stupidity at this point. What about Maja or Diagne? As Scott Parker said, he will be rotated. There's a lot of injury concern with him. I would pick Diagne. The Fulham fixture are not that great when you look at 26. They have Crystal and Tottenham possibly. So I would rather go to the West Brom fixtures, which seem more easier than the Fulham fixtures. I think they have Brighton and Newcastle. Why not Rashford over Son as Spurs much of a defensive goal scoring against the bottom 10 or bottom 6? They have a decent expected goals. They have about 2 expected goals per game, and when you look at their involvement ratio, there's 80% involvement from Son and Kane. So this was a big debate that should we actually double up on Son and Kane. We probably can remove them and get in Salah, Bruno, and Kane. But if Kane scores, it's most likely to be a Son assist and vice versa. So you give even if Tottenham score about one goal, and let's say it's a Kane goal, Son assist, you directly get about 8 points from Son without any bonus, without any clean sheet. Uh, with a clean sheet, 8 points from Son and about what 7 points from 6 points from Kane, and let's say they share the bonus as well. So that's about 14 to 15 points per goal, which has been the case the entire season. I mean, if Tottenham score, it's most likely the two of them to be involved. So let's say about in the next three games, which is the double game week 26 and 25, Tottenham score about 5 goals, and three of them are have an involvement of Son and Kane. I mean, assist and goal to each other. That gives you about 30 to about 40 odd points between them. So that is exactly why we want them, and they justify the price as well. What do you make of Minamino for the double gaming at least? I wouldn't bulk up on the Southampton attack. Barely creating chances. I'm going Ings because the quality of finish Ings has been producing. He needs only one chance. And also Minamino did has was not impressive against Wolves, so wouldn't bring him into my team. Ajay or Maitland, Diagne or Pereira. I would go Ajay to be honest. His goal threat from set pieces is way too high. Should I keep Dallas and Target? I think you can keep either. When people are picking Dallas on a wildcard, I'm not understanding. You really need to understand that it's an attacking pick. Don't expect clean sheets either against Wolves or Southampton. I don't really expect clean sheets with either of the game for Leeds. Most likely Wolves and Southampton will score against them. Yes, I think West Brom has a double gaming. That is why I have my entire double gaming strategy prepared around it. I wouldn't go link any West Ham player for for a Aston Villa player or in general any West Ham player because West Ham have a very tough double game week coming up. If you look at they don't have a double game week coming up at all, and their fixtures are tough. They have Tottenham, Sheffield, Man City in the next three, so they're likely not to gain as many points as you expect them to. Yes, West Brom have a double game week. It's possibly against Everton and Brighton. Now, Brighton isn't a very easy team to play against, but Brighton is the team that is closer to the relegation battle. So it's going to be a good game for West Brom's prospect. And also, Everton is the team that is known to concede chances and set piece goals and through headers. And Diagne could do really great. And you have seen how he played against United. How many more double game weeks are there? There are multiple double game weeks, but those double game weeks will have only about one or two teams having a double game week. So 26 is the time you want to use bench boost. I don't see a better time than 26 for bench boost. 9.1 in the bank with the defender and mid to fill. What suggest? You probably want to pick in someone like a Gundogan and then Struj possibly because you'll have to sacrifice on either places. You can stick to Rafinha plus someone like a Struj as well or Dallas. Does Brighton have a double game week? No. Guys, you probably want to open up on the sheet that I posted earlier that has I have specifically mentioned all the teams that have a double game week there. Brighton doesn't have a double game week. So talking about teams, let's say we stick to the original plan. I bring in someone like a Grealish back into my team because he has a double. That is the reason I have that. And instead of Watkins, I bring in my differential Diagne. Or let's for that matter, any double game week player. So how many single game week players do we have here? I think the only single game week player is Sanchez. Apart from that, and Bamford, there are two single game week players, and apart from that, everyone has a double game week. And also talking about Sanchez, Sanchez is a decent game week against West Brom. So it's either Sanchez who's providing me points or Diagne. Best time to wildcard depends. Harish depends entirely on your team. There's no ideal time to play wildcard. Okay, guys, just give me a second. We'll check how how Burnley and Fulham have lined up. It gives you an idea of if Maja is going to play regularly or not. If he starts tonight, we can actually look at him as a good 5.5 million option because he saves you a lot of money. So if Maja is your third attacker, you possibly can also upgrade Grealish or Madison to Rashford. Okay, we have Long, Tarkowski, Nick Pope, all of the regulars have started, and Josh Maja has also started. So looks like decent pick if you want to go there as well. Now he started two games in a row, despite Parker saying that he'll rotate him. Also, Taylor starts in place of Peters, which was pretty much expected that Peters will play only one game. Which going ahead, should we have double city defense or a double city attack? I think you should have a double city defense. If fixtures aren't announced before deadline, still use wildcard. I think fixtures will be announced tomorrow. I highly trust Ben Cullen when it comes to it, and he specifically mentioned that there is no way to fix or to put in the fixtures apart from 26. If not 26, you'll possibly have to extend the Premier League by 1 week. Saka to Barnes, I think yes. Cancel or Diaz? Diaz. No Bruno Fernandes. Guys, if you want to know Bruno Fernandes, already discussed why. You probably want to go back into the stream. Uh, why not play Dunk instead of Vestergaard? Fair enough. I'm playing Vestergaard because he has a triple double game week possible, which is he definitely has a two double game weeks coming up in the next three game weeks, which is 25 and 27. He also might have a double game week in 26. So even if he just gets 2 points, or maybe just he gets 2 points every game week, that's about 12 points irrespectively. That's what I want from 3 game weeks. 4 points per game week is decent from any defender. Remove Grealish for any Leicester asset if you don't have the funds. Now the problem with Chelsea is you can invest in a Chelsea asset. Let's say you remove Grealish, and let's say you buy someone like a Callum Hudson-Odoi, but there's no guarantee that he's going to start both the games. Also, Chelsea haven't been posting good attacking numbers in the last 4 game weeks. If we talk about their attacking numbers, the big chances Chelsea have created are only eight, and how many of them are actually being converted? So when you look at shots, Chelsea have 62 shots and only 17 on target. So their conversion rate has also been poor. Yes, Ings will start all games in my opinion. There is no chance that Ings doesn't start. If Southampton want to win, Ings is the way to their victory. I have both Watkins and Grealish. What should I sell? Aston Villa's chances have dried up. If you're selling one, I would sell Grealish out and keep Watkins if I have both. Who to triple up in 26 City? Can you share the double game week sheet? I've posted it on Instagram, Tahir. Probably check it out on FPL tips underscore underscore. So for Saka seems good, but Chelsea haven't been scoring that free flowingly. I did not see Chelsea score about 3 goals in any match, any recent match. Even against Newcastle, we scored about 2 goals, out of which I was not even not sure if we could have scored more. Brighton, Newcastle, Arsenal, West Ham, Leeds have only one game in 26. For those in the chat who don't know, I'll pin this message. Which teams have a single game week, as Weber said. Ozan Kabak, no. Liverpool not rushing them with clean sheets. Definitely not a goal threat defender. I think it's pretty much too safe to avoid them. What if I captain Werner? Up to you, mate. I think I'm aiming to get Werner for about for Kane after 29. That's the plan. Let's see if it goes well. We'll just check which 8.6 midfielders we have. See, the problem we had Zaha, who could be an option, but he's again injured. Other options are Neto, Suchek, Barnes, Grealish, Ward-Prowse, Harrison. None of them actually fit into the criteria, and that is why Grealish as a defender seems decent. It gives you enough and ample amount of money to even upgrade Sanchez to anyone else. I'm only doing 5 transfer. Is it worth wildcard? Yeah, fair enough if it gives you a good and better team for your double game week. Triple leads, I think double is fair enough. I'm not going triple only because I do not trust them defensively. I don't think they're going to do exceptionally well against a Wolves defense, especially in the first games. Against Southampton, yes, they'll score. I'm not confident against Wolves. I think Wolves will keep them at bay at home. This is my wildcard team at the moment. Now, what possible changes do you guys think we can make? Uh, See, Vatsal, there will be more double game weeks. There won't be a bigger double game week than 26. Up to you, up to your team. If you have a good team for bench boost, you possibly want to save. Again, a lot of questions about no Bruno, guys. It's you can't have all of them. Let's try fitting all of them, but I don't think it makes sense to fit all of them in your wildcard. I can actually remove Ings and Rafinha, go Barnes or Madison plus Diagne, and then remove Son to Bruno. But I don't think I really want to do that move. In 26, planning to remove Fernandez to take Son and remove Ings to take Ken. Good move. Yeah, decent. You can go about it that way as well. Let's say if we don't take Sun, let's say if we don't double up on the, or let's say if we have Fernandez, we are about 1 million short, and let's say we get Diagne itself for the next game week. I think West Brom play Burnley, so it's not a bad. It's actually a bad game. Probably won't play him. Can we get Sun and no? Actually, the problem is Rafinha. I don't want Rafinha in my bench boost team. So we can go about with this team and take a -8, but that essentially kills the point of a wild card. Uh, if Westergaard is a position which is up to debate. That's the fifth defender spot. I think is up to debate, and the keeper spot. Apart from that, these four guys are nailed on in my defense. I'm not changing that defense for anything. Will there be any double game week bigger than 26? No. Who do you prefer as a DCL replacement, Kane or Vardy? I think if you guys want, we can do a comparison. But at the moment, Vardy looks like the guy who has better chances. Although if you don't have free hit, you want to stick to Kane irrespective of the chances. Son or Bruno, if you have Kane, depends if you want to double up on Spurs. If you don't want to, Bruno, I think has to be there. I don't think Gundogan will play in a deeper role. Rudiger for Westergaard is a very bad move. Chelsea don't have a decent. They have Liverpool and United in the double game week. You can expect a 0-0 against United, but I don't really expect a 0-0 against Liverpool, and I don't want to risk it against big teams. I mean, you guys can, but it is really not wise to actually go Rudiger on a bench boost and a wild card against a big side team. Makes no sense to me. We can do Dyer as a fifth defender. Yeah, the thing is that I do expect Dyer to keep a clean sheet in that double game week. So we can do Dyer as well. With the money left, we can do Aurier, Doherty, Regulion. We can do absolutely any wingback possible. We can go Soyuncu to Pereira as well. So money shouldn't be a problem. It's basically the fifth defender spot. Mohammad, yes, it's worth the wild card. 6 million midfielder under for 20 game week 26. Uh, it's gonna be tough. I think Gundogan is just 6.1. If you can afford him, go for him. Otherwise, there aren't many good options available out there. That's the exact problem. Not a lot of teams have a decent double game week. Yes, that I did have cancel in my team. You can pick any two defenders from City. It doesn't matter. All of them will be rotated. You just have to take your chances, and it depends on who gets the maximum points. All of them will definitely get rotated, guys. Yeah, with the amount of balance, I can easily upgrade the second keeper as well. But we'll also have to aim on on a blank game with 29 team as well. But when I pick Dyer, and let's say we stick to the plan and get Ings out, we get our dear Kane in. I'm bringing in Kane also for captaincy. You can either captain Son, you can either captain Kane, up to you. Let's say we bring in Madison and Bruno Fernandes. Is there enough? No money. There's no enough money. He goes out and Son comes in. How many players do we have at the moment for blank gaming 29? That's an important thing to look. We have Sanchez who plays in 29. Dyer, Martinez also plays in 29. So not necessary to have Sanchez there. Martinez, Dyer, I think Grealish, Son, Kane. Bamford also plays. So there are six players already playing in my team, which have a blank gaming 29 fixture. The amount of transfers I have, even if I take a -4 in 28, I have 8 players. And let's say I make a random move in 27 as well for 29. I have 9 players with just taking -4 with this wildcard team. No, I'm not. I don't have a free hit for 29. So that is why it is essential that I go Sun plus Kane and let go Bruno. I think they'll essentially share the same number of amount of points there. Sun blessing or Kane plus Barnes. Between Sun and Kane, go guys. Pick Kane. He's a better captaincy option and he is posting better stats. Triple captain Kane or Gundogan or Salah on Game Week 26. Kane. Why Dyer? I thought he lost his position. No, he did not lose his position. I've exactly mentioned this in the start of the stream. Mourinho will play a very strong squad in the Europa. If he plays Dyer, then definitely Dyer is going to start the Premier League games as well. Ariola, Sanchez, or McCarthy for the second keeper. The problem with McCarthy is I prefer McCarthy, which was in. If you look at my team, that is uh, essentially my second keeper in the team. I prefer McCarthy, but the problem with McCarthy is he could lose his place, and there's no guarantee that he's going to play or not. So that's the problem. Ariola could be a good shot. We can actually even play John Stones. We'll have to look which teams have a blank in 29. But I think I'm going to keep a blank game in 29 keeper there. Meslier could be an option as well. So it gives me a double game week keeper for 25 and then 29 as well. Will Leicester have a double game week and who do they play? Yes, they have a double game week. I think they will possibly play Burnley and Arsenal. Should I replace Son and Antonio for Salah and Ings? Up to you. For Salah is up to you. For Ings, Antonio to Ings, yes. DCL hold if you're not on wildcard. Is Mitchell not playing anymore? With Mitchell, we saw that he was in favor. Then Palace tried to change things to more attacking side, and then Mitchell got out of favor. As soon as Palace shift to a defensive outlook, then he'll start playing. Aditya, why no Fernandez? Because Salah offers me a good captaincy option in 27 and beyond as well. Uh, it is essentially between Crystal Palace plus Newcastle and Sheffield United plus Everton. So it is essentially depends on which side do you prefer, which side do you think will score more. Liverpool have two home games. Their Big Six game is also against Chelsea, where I think it's at home and they can score against Chelsea. Uh, United against Chelsea isn't that going to be that easy. I think United won't be scoring. Could be another 0-0. So essentially, it's betting against two games, and I think Salah will outscore Bruno in those two games. Free on 26 or 29, fetch more points regardless of how many players I already have. If you have bench boost in 26, bench boost left, play it in 26, free 29. Uh, and if you don't have bench boost, essentially both the strategies will have similar of point. If you don't have any player playing in 29, definitely free hit 29 will help you. Grealish or Madison? Madison has greater fixtures while Aston Villa have got a double game weeks. I would go Madison. I think Grealish is not that in great in form. But when you look at my team, it is more essential to keep Grealish because with the budget I have, there's no nailed on Chelsea attacker, neither Pulisic nor ZH. So can't really go that side, nor Havertz has been playing. Can't go at the Chelsea attack. And then the price bracket of Rashford, Son and Bruno is way too above my budget. Madison versus Barnes posted it today, I think, or didn't I? I think I posted it today. Barnes is way too ahead on stats, and there's no reason why you shouldn't pick Barnes. If you look at eye test, Madison, but if you look at stats, Barnes is definitely there. Let go Ings. I'm going to let go Ings in after 25. That's the only game week because he has a double game week. I'm bringing him in, but apart from that, I'll sell him. Should I wildcard now? I'm confused. It's up to your team, Ravel. It's up to your team. Is it guaranteed that there will be doubles in 26? Yes, but it has to be there. All the Premier League has to be extended by 1 week. So whichever seems more normal to you, you have to stick to that ideology. Vardy and Son or Kane and Barnes? That's a tough one. You can go Vardy and Kane. Let's start building various wildcard drafts. Let's say we don't have Kane, we get in Vardy because it also means that you have more money. Let's say we add Jamie Vardy. We don't have Madison, so we have Son, and then we have again 8.3 left. So that's the problem. Then you'll have to double up on Leicester. So let's which it depends on which team do you think will score more points. Either you double up on Leicester with Madison slash Barnes and Vardy, or you double up on Son and Kane. And I think the points will be more distributed at Leicester than Tottenham Hotspurs. My views on DCL. DCL won't play in the coming fixture, which is against City. DCL will be back for Gaming 25. If you're not wildcarding, hold DCL. If you're on wildcard, definitely don't bring in DCL. Not necessary in my opinion. Srinath Arun, my rank at the moment is about 100. I think 20k should drop a bit after the City game because my captain isn't playing. Could go under the 100k bracket as well. Let's see. And Srinath, if you're here to look for my rank, that is for you. That is it for you. Okay, we'll try to fit in the players you guys want. So maybe you guys should start putting wildcard suggestions, and then we can start making teams accordingly. No, Rashford isn't in my draft. No, there's no. There could be Bruno. Let's say we pick Bruno instead of Salah. So let's make a draft where we have Bruno Fernandes instead of Salah. That gives me 2.2 million to upgrade. So I can have a double. I think I can hold on to an Ings in that situation. I have point 2 less, but then I can obviously remove Cancelo, go to Stones. And okay, we have Vardy, Ings, Madison, Bruno, Gundogan, Son, Grealish, Bamford, Soyuncu, Dyer. We can upgrade Dyer to Alderweireld. Let's say since you guys are pretty confident that Dyer won't be starting, or maybe you just not sure that if should I go to Dyer. I can actually go to Michael Keane, who's good on set pieces. They have decent double game week, or Alderweireld. Basically, any defender who's about 5.5. This could be your team. Thanks, Srinath. Is Rafinha decent captaincy? Yes, I think he is. I think he's a better off captain than Bamford. Uh, do you have an approx time when they'll release the double game B 26 fixtures? Tomorrow about 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. West Ham defender avoid my team Pope, McCarthy, Cresswell, Target, Stones, Cancelo, me, Salah, Bruno, Rafinha, Son, Gundogan, DCL, Bamford, Antonio. Should I save the wild card? Have two leads for 25. There isn't no a need to wildcard to be honest with that team. You possibly can save your wildcard for after 35, 31. McCarthy or Edison, who should I start in 25? I think McCarthy, maybe because he has a double. If you probably have another City defender to cover up for Edison. Most nailed on lesser defender Soyuncu. Digne for Chilwell for a long term basis, seeing how Tuchel keeps swapping around. So you can go for Alonso as well for long term, but Digne is decent as well. Thoughts on Sigurdsson for the double game week 26? We can get Sigurdsson, but for who? That's the question. Basically, if we wrap a team around like this, uh, let's say we don't have Madison, we have someone like a Rafinha. If this is my wild card, I can actually use my free transfers and probably will use my free transfers to let go Bamford and bring in someone like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Madison. Oh, I don't have the money for Madison in that case. Hold DCL if I'm on wildcard as he has a decent double gaming. It's up to you. You will have to either let go Kane, Bamford, or a punt. Depends on the funds you have. Because when we look at this wildcard as well, even if we get DCL, we don't have enough funds to get a good fifth midfielder. So you'll have to sacrifice on a lot bit, I think. Can you try to fit Ings, Kane, Son, Salah, Bruno in this team? Okay, let's do that. He's mentioned it a couple of times. So we fit in Ings, we fit in Kane. Let go Vardy. We fit in a cheap attacker because let's just leave it at the moment. He wants us to fit Ings, Kane, Son, Salah, Bruno. Okay. He also wants us to fit Salah in here. So your defense would essentially be looking like this. Let me tell you. Yes, you can. Stooge will be your third defender. You won't have Key. You'll have a 4.2, I think, Dan Brown or Whiteman. Dan Burn. And you still, I don't think you will be able to. On a wild card, if you want to fit in Ings, Kane, Son, Salah, and Bruno, you will essentially also, you can actually even downgrade. possibly to Rafinha, hold Rafinha for the double game week, and then hopefully get in Maja. I think he who has a double game week. Where is he? Did he just rise in price? Wait, I just find it from the Fulham team. Okay. But I think you get the idea of what the team is looking like. It's point 0.3 here and there, but then again, you'll have to remove someone like a Diaz and downgrade him, or Shaw to downgrade him to fit in the big guns. But I don't see this as a good bench boost team. I don't like Struch as a good bench boost option because I've explicitly mentioned that he might not start the double game week. You have Rafinha who's not having a double game week. Maja isn't the best pick. Decent, it's a punt. Yes, it's a decent punt, but not sure if you want to go there. Kevin De Bruyne, I'm not bringing Kevin De Bruyne for the entire season unless I sell Kane. So he's not in my plans until I sell Kane. Bring in Salah for Son. It's up to you. Depends on who you want for the double game week. Kufal replacement. You can go to Rudiger if you're not playing. If you're not bench boosting in 26, or go to Shaw if possible. He has the best double game week. You can go for someone like Dallas as well. What are your thoughts on Pereira from West Brom? They have good fixtures. I would go to Diagne as a punt, not Pereira. Pereira is also getting benched very often. Not getting KDB, Kevin De Bruyne. Tahir, you just want to mention your question once. Kane, Ings, or Vardy this week? I would get in Ings this week. This week, Ings. Cheapest midfielder for bench in double game week 26. Willock or Saka? I think Saka has to be the one. You want a decent bench player. There's no point of having a player who's gonna play certain minutes, gets you only 1 or 2 points, and you want a bench boost. Will there be more fixtures added to on to 29? Only 3 games finalized. There'll be only one fixture that will be added to 29 if it is added, which is Villa versus Tottenham. Have the percentages of any matches changed from the post you uploaded on Instagram? No. Are there any good opportunities to play free hit after 29? No. That is the best opportunity. Uh, KDB for Bruno, you can if you want to, but essentially, if I'm having these 6 players, I would go to Bruno over Kevin De Bruyne. Let's actually realistically build this draft. I don't think I would want Ings in as a player there. I wouldn't want Marja as well. I would actually stick to Diagne or Watkins. Uh, so that leaves me with point 0.9. Definitely will upgrade Dan Burn to someone. I have 5.1. Uh, at 5.1, at least get Dunk, at least, or Westergaard. Let's say you get Dunk. So that still gives me a decent team if you like this. So basically, you can get Salah, Bruno, Son, and Kane, and Gundogan. These 5 players, which choose as your bench option, and then Bamford in your team, and no Cancelo. So this is the team you want to aim if you want the 4 of them. How about bench boost with Sanchez, Bamford, Stones, Westergaard slash Dallas? It's a decent bench, but you realize that apart from Stones, all of them have a single game week. So decent bench. You can play your bench in that scenario, guys. If you in that scenario you want to play in 26, but you'll have to look at the fixtures for Leeds. So the Leeds fixture in 26 isn't that easy. It's against Aston Villa. So do you really expect Leeds to actually free flowingly score against Aston Villa? It's up to you. You will have to take that call. Edison, McCarthy, Cancelo, Shaw, Dallas, Target, Ena, Salah, Harvey, Bruno, Son, Gundo, Watkins, Bamford, Ings. How's it? Looks good. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're confident on Edison as a keeper option because he's way too expensive. Uh, Downgrade Edison that gives you enough money to upgrade your defense, uh, or either of Watkins or Bamford to someone like a DCL if you want. But it's a decent team to bench boost, to be honest. Is Amarte nailed till 26? No, it is. He is not. If Castani is back, Amarte will be replaced. What will be the best wildcard week? That will be the next best wildcard week. I don't get that question, dude. It depends entirely on your team, and If you're looking for a wildcard just like now, wildcard plus bench boost, there won't be a better week than this. What's my final wildcard team? I'm actually in thoughts. If Stru's actually let's see how what Bielsa has to say in the press conference tomorrow. If he says that Lorente or the other people are out for a long period of time, this wildcard team could be close to getting to my final wildcard team. But the problem is I don't have Ings here. I don't have. I possibly want to. Then I'll remove Kane and keep Ings for for the next game week. Yeah, restore Ings and then hope that Kane doesn't rise in price. Get in Kane. But then I'm not really satisfied with the team. I have Dunk, Struge, McCarthy. Wildcard draft: Martinez, Sanchez, Cancelo, Westergaard, Shaw, Target, Stones, Bruno, Salah, Rafinha, Barnes, Ward-Prowse, Watkins, Kane, Bamford. Rafinha to Gundogan for 26 looks like a decent, maybe Ward-Prowse to Gundogan as well. Looks like a decent wildcard draft. You have kept in most of the big hitters for it. I think you're sacrificing Sun. Dhruv, thoughts on Werner? Don't buy him for the double game week, in my opinion. Wildcard draft: Martinez, Ariola, Dallas, Diaz, Stones, Shaw, Keane, Sun, Thala, Fernandez, Gundogan, Barnes, Diagne, Bamford, Ings. I think if you're on wildcard, Kane is essential, and that is the reason I wildcarded. And when people ask me, should I wildcard? I think if you're confused between wildcarding and not wildcarding, you should aim, and one of the reasons should be there that you should get Kane. I think he is very essential for the double gaming. The fixtures are there for him. He's taking a lot of shots. He is in form, so I think you should take into consideration that Kane is a very important player on the double game week and should be there on your wild card. Yes, Ederson could be on pens, but I think Rodri will continue to take them unless he misses them. Why not keep an Aston Villa defender? I don't want to double up on Aston Villa defense. I think I'm pretty much good and okay with only Martinez. How many players ideal for the blank game week 29 if Spurs is Villa is on? Anywhere between 7 to 11 is perfect. Even without any transfer from game week 26 to 29, I still would have 6 to 7 players playing in my playing 29. So that's decent. I'm planning to sacrifice Grealish because I already have Watkins. Fair enough. If I had both of them, I would sacrifice Grealish. Is Son a must? Thinking of Bruno, Salah, Kane. Son is not a must. I think it entirely depends on your strategy. That's also a late call for me. But I think if I had to sack someone, if I had to remove someone, I would remove Bruno. Vardy versus Kane. I posted a stat comparison. Vardy is ahead of Kane in comparison to stat. I think between all 9 million plus is left out of the squad for as a precaution. He's fit enough to play Arsenal and Gladbach. I do expect him to not play Arsenal and play Gladbach and then play the double game week 26. If I only have my triple captain shift left, how will the wildcard team that you suggest will look like? If you have only triple captain and don't want to bench boost, you possibly want to save your wildcard and don't just get lured into a double game week wildcard. You possibly want to save it up till 31. Play maximum 11, play your 11 players who have a double game week in 26. Then move all of your transfers from 26 till 29 to get in 11 players for 29 and then wildcard in 30. I think that's the ideal strategy you want to look at. What about Rudiger for Shaw? Definitely won't do it. Rudiger does not have a good game weeks. Shaw does. What will be the best wildcard team after 25? Best wildcard week after 25? 31, I think. 31 is the best one. Team with Vardy and Kane both. Okay, that's something we did not try. Definitely want to do this as well. Let's. I think I'm going to sack. If I had to remove someone, I'm going to remove uh, Sun for that. Can we actually afford a good team? And if we do reach to a conclusion, might as well adopt it. Okay, we are point 0.8 short of this team. So I can definitely save certain amount of money, which is I go Bamford to Diagne or Maja, and then I go dunk to someone like a Dan Burn. So definitely can make this team, but Again, you'll have to pick if you want a good balanced team. You'll have to remove Fernandez or Salah. James Ward-Prowse for 25. Up to you. I think he can do good, but in place of who is the question. And on wildcard, I'm not sure. Amate could be a good option until Castani is back. Castani is expected to be back on February 21st. So I think we possibly want more news. If Castani is not fit, I think taking a chance on Amate makes more sense. Even if he plays 2 games, I would 1 game out of the double. I would happily take that clean sheet if it is a clean sheet. Is Gundogan out for Grealish bold? Yes, I think it's unnecessary as well. Is it time to choose lose Cresswell, Antonio, and Suchek? I had a triple West Ham in my team as well, and that is the reason I chose to wildcard because going ahead with the double game week coming up, there is no space for West Ham assets in my team. And if someone who's confused if he should wildcard or not, if you have a triple West Ham, you possibly want to look at wildcard as an option. Best midfielder under 7.2 other than Gundogan, Barnes, definitely. Is Sean able to start both games in 26? Yes, I think he will ahead of Teles. Teles could be playing in the midweek in the Europa League. Getting Vardy is so much cheaper because he's with a super premium midfield. We can remove Kane and then we get a super premium midfield. That's without a doubt. I think we can remove someone like and get his son. But the stats, I think, but Kane is captaincy option. Would you captain Vardy against Arsenal and Burnley? Against Arsenal, yes, but against Burnley, I'm not that confident. Why are you holding on to Bamford even though no double in 26? Because he has a blank game week fixture in 29. I don't have a free hit, guys. I don't have a free hit for game week 29. Bamford or Ings captain Bamford, who's taking penalties for Villa. If Al Ghazi is not playing, it's Grealish. I have only 6 million. Who should I get? I have Gundogan, sell Bamford for Marja and upgrade to Barnes. I would keep Gundogan. For 6 million, get Saka otherwise. For James Ward-Prowse for 29, 25 and beyond is it depends on how many free kicks do you think the team will concede. It's a decent option, but in place of who is a very big problem. I think in place of Grealish, most likely you would like to have Rafinha. Between Rafinha and James Ward-Prowse, I think I would still prefer Rafinha. Best midfielder on a 7.2 other than Gundogan and Barnes. You have both. There is no decent midfielder at 7.2. That is the problem which I am facing as well. Zaha was there, but unfortunately he is injured. You can look at Neves, who's doing decent and he's on penalties as well. Apart from that, Neto is a good option. Lingard could have been an option, but the fixtures are totally against him. 4.8 less than 4.8 defender for 26 and Cancelo or Stones who is more nailed down. Both of them, if you're looking at attacking potential, you'll see how attacking Cancelo could do tonight if he plays in midfield. And 4.8 or below for a defender on wildcard. That's something we'll have to look at too because all my defense is about 5 and above. Let's just reduce our options to 4.9 and let's see who's the best defender. So you could go to someone like a Konsa and double up on the Villa defense. It's up to you. Apart from that, you can look at holding who could have a decent. They have West Ham and Leicester. So you can look at the Arsenal defense in terms of holding or look at Westergaard. I think I wouldn't look apart from that. I think anywhere over 12 or 13 double game week players in 26 should be bench boost. Should I hold on to Mount? Possibly no. I think you should sell him. There's no good double game week player under 7.2 apart from Barnes and Gundogan. Madison is 7.3 if I'm correct. This is early, but how's Vardy as a captain for double game week? Up to you, mate. Decent shout against Arsenal, but not sure about Burnley. Should I buy Bamford or Ings? If I had to Ings as a differential. If you don't have any other Leeds asset, go Bamford. If you have Rafinha, you can possibly take a chance on Ings. Okay, a couple of wildcard drafts coming in from WhatsApp. Pope, McCarthy, me, Digne, Dallas, Cancelo, Diaz, Grealish, Salah, Gundogan, Bruno, Son, Bamford, Antonio, Brewster. With two transfers, is it possible to upgrade Brewster and keep the team for the double? You can upgrade Brewster to someone like a Maja, but I think it's way too of a price difference. Uh, you will have to send someone like a DNA to free up funds. In my opinion, you should sell DNA to free up funds and then upgrade Brewster to Maja and Antonio to someone else. Rudro says Martinez, Sanchez, Diaz, Cancelo, Shaw, Vestergaard, Dunk, Bruno, Madison, Gundogan, Son, Neves, Kane, Bamford, Watkins. That essentially is about it. You can go Rafinha or Neves, is up to you. But I think sticking to Rafinha or Neves makes more sense because of the double game week 25. Train triple captain 26 worthy. Yes, he is totally worth it. Should I transfer Bruno out for Kane? Is it? It's a bit scary though in my team if I don't have Bruno. It's up to you. If you have the FOMO of not having Bruno, you possibly want to keep him or sell Son for Bruno or sell Son to get in Kane. Not long term. Rafinha and Bamford double up for game week 25 definitely. Your take on Burnley in double game week. That double game week is not the best. They have tough fixtures. They have Leicester, and I think they have Arsenal for the double, and it's not going to be easy for them. Grealish to Madison already have Barnes. I would still do it if you're not getting Vardy. To be honest, what about Bamford to for game week 25 captaincy? Yes, you can get Bamford for 25 captaincy. Okay, we'll discuss the season ticker for with you guys going ahead. Just let's cover that as well. So it gives you better idea of which teams actually have a better fixture in up till 31 or 32. So Southampton have the best fixture till 31, which I also posted. So I'm sorting it out according to difficulty. Southampton are first, Leeds, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham. Then we have Liverpool. Uh, we have West Brom, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Chelsea, Tottenham, City, Burnley, Arsenal, Aston Villa. Aston Villa faced Leicester, Leeds, Wolves, Newcastle, Fulham, and Liverpool in the next six. They also have a fixture against Tottenham in 29. Leicester are then sixth bottom in the fixture ticker. They have Aston Villa, Arsenal, Brighton, Sheffield. I think up till 29, I would actually not be wary of Leicester. I think the fixtures after the double is also decent. So doubling up maybe in a case of Vardy plus Madison slash Barnes or Barnes plus Madison is decent because then they have Brighton and then they have Sheffield. Most likely want to keep them for both of the fixtures. United have the toughest run of fixtures coming up, which is Newcastle, Chelsea, Man City, West Ham, Brighton, and Tottenham. Uh, it also makes a case that do you really want to keep Shaw or not? Uh, it's actually making me second question: do we should we keep Shaw and we can actually remove Shaw, maybe double up on an Aston Villa defense? Just wondering how your wildcard team looks like. Uh, at the moment, let's actually stick to my wildcard team. My wildcard team has someone like a Dyer in my team. Where is he? At the moment, I have Dyer. I don't have Struge. I have Soyuncu. Let's say Evans. I basically have a Leicester defender. I have Rafinha in my team. I have Gundogan, Salah. I have Ings in my team. I have Bamford. I have Kane. And I don't have Bruno at the moment. I have Salah. And instead of Bruno, I have Grealish. And I have Point in the bank. This is how my wildcard is looking at the moment. What do you think of Kabak for Liverpool? Wouldn't get him on wildcard. Liverpool are atrocious defensively. Okay, so actually looking at the fixtures, you can question that do you really want Shaw? And can replace Shaw with someone who has a decent double or a decent upcoming game week. You can maybe go Kabak, take a chance, but I don't really see a clean sheet from Liverpool against Sheffield. I see a clean sheet against Sheffield, but not against Chelsea in the double. Even against Everton, I don't really see a confident clean sheet out there. Yes, I think Shaw is a decent attacking wise. Shaw is best. The reason I've gone at Shaw is not for the clean sheet. To be honest, I've gone only for the attacking return from Shaw. Yeah, Evans. I'm just it's basically Evans or so. It doesn't matter. I have money in the bank, nowhere to use. I just bought him because he was there on the top of the list. Well, let's say this Soyuncu there. But this is how my wildcard is looking at the moment. What's my end goal? To finish about what 10k, or at least in the 1%. But the 1% is about 80k, so at least what 0.5 percentile. There, that is where we should at least finish. Bamford or Rafinha? Rafinha. Should I captain Ings? Yes, you can. I think we'll have to assess how they play attacking wise. Let's look at the stats in the last 4 game weeks. Uh, Attacking wise, they have created about 6 big chances. When you look at the shots, they've created 44 shots and only 13 of them are on target. They are creating a chance every 8.8 minutes and a big chance in every 35 minutes. So it isn't the best attacking side for captaincy. When you look compare it to Leeds, uh, Leeds have created 7 big chances. They have 50 shots, 25 on target, so that's a 50% accuracy. They're creating a chance every 7 minutes and a big chance every 42 minutes. So apart from the big chance, no, every big chance 38 minutes. So apart from the big chance, everything is in favor. Actually, even big chances are in favor of Leeds. There isn't a reason why you should actually go Ings for captaincy. How's Pereira from Leicester? I think Rogers mentioned that he has some muscle stiffness tonight as well. Might not play the Europa League. So wouldn't invest 5.9 on a player who's just coming back from injury and could be benched anywhere else. Defender 4.9 below if wildcard. Dyer has to be there in my list. I think Dyer. Watch your 25 free transfer. I am on wildcard. Everything is a free transfer, mate. Would it be a better to go with double city defense or double city attack? Double city defense. What do you think of this wild card? Patrick didn't mention any wild card after that. Martinez, McCarthy, Diaz, Cancelo, Rudiger, Me, Tarkowski, Gundo, Sala, Bruno, Grealish, Son, Bamford, Watkins, Antonio. Should I play wild card? I have all chips. Uh, you can ideally you should I mean play wild card, and you can also avoid doubling up on Tottenham if you want and actually get Kane plus Salah plus Bruno. A lot of people who don't have free hit should actually double up on Tottenham in my opinion. For the ones who have free hit left, you can actually get Bruno and let go of Kane or Son, irrespectively whoever you want, and because you are ideally free hitting in 29, so you don't have to have that double Tottenham attack. Is Lewin a good choice for 25? Decent to hold, but not the best. Will Antonio play this week? I don't expect Antonio to play in 25 as well. Uh, a lot of people said that it's a fatigue and everything. Last time on the stream, I did mention that it was a hamstring injury, a muscle injury. It's not just fatigue. He was holding his hamstring. What do you think about Brighton defense? Veltman White can be good bargains. Yes, but they have single game weeks, so we'll have to take that in consideration. Yeah, I have ample of money. My moves are very simple. I think my moves are Rafinha out, Ings out. I have to get in Madison or Barnes. I think let's just go for the expensive option. I have 6.8 in the bank, so I can even get Watkins if I want. I can actually hold on. Let's say I hold on to this. I can still hold Rafinha back. I can just do the Grealish to Madison move as well as a free transfer if I don't want Grealish in my double team and remove Bamford. If I see Ings has good potential and is good on form. So this wildcard is essentially really close to my final wildcard. My keeper is definitely going to change. I'm not sure about McCarthy. Uh, I could go the other way around. I could go Westergaard and Schmeichel in goal as well, which I favor more actually. Let's go Westergaard in defense, Schmeichel in goal. This is a better strategy in my opinion. Schmeichel is 5.52, Westergaard is 4.7, so it gives me the exact amount of money I want. Where is Westergaard? Let's go Westergaard. Let's look at the ideal team we are looking at, and we're looking at a 6 million defender. So we have 6.4. We can get Watkins as well. So yeah, this could be a team as well where we have Schmeichel and we have Westergaard. So we have the goal threat and the penalty save possibility of Schmeichel as well. What do you think of wildcard Martinez Ariola? Dallas, Cancelo, Stones, Rudiger, Kabak, Barnes, Rafinha, Bruno, Salah, Gundogan, Bamford, Ings, and Kane. Looks really similar on wildcard, apart from Kabak and I think Dallas. The problem with Kabak is I'm not confident of clean sheets, so we can actually very simply uh, remove Dyer, get in Kabak from Liverpool. They're essentially priced the same. So this shouldn't be a problem because ultimately I'm looking at a striker who's 6 million at the moment, and price shouldn't be a problem to me. Southampton is likely to have uh, a double game week either in 27 or 26 or both. So yeah, can you list top five essential players in a wildcard? That's a great question. Thanks for reminding me as well. I think the top five essentials, if you are excluding Martinez, should be double city defense, Gundogan, Kane, and on wildcard, I think I would get either Madison or Barnes alongside Rafinha or Ings. These are the five you have to pick. You have to get a Leeds attacker, a Southampton attacker or a defender, Leicester attacker, Son or Kane, double city defense. Which team defenders would you target for double game week 26? This is exactly which we're targeting. We're targeting double city, we're targeting Leicester, we're targeting Aston Villa with a double, United have a double, Liverpool for the double, and Southampton. This could go Southampton to Dallas as well, but I'm not really confident of Dallas. We can actually go to Dyer as well. To be honest, I can still get Dyer. And I would still have enough money to buy in Diagne or Diane as the commentator says. This could be my potential game week 26 team with only one player playing a single game week. Kiran and Daniel have a couple of wildcard drafts. My attack is Diane, Kane, DCL. Good or for the double game week or not? I think yes, it's a good attack for the double game week. And Kevin De Bruyne isn't a necessary player. It could be a good shot, but isn't a necessary pick on the wildcard or double game week 26. Uh, McCarthy, Johnson, Dyer, Westergaard, Stones, Cancelo, Salah, Fernandes, Son, Gundogan, Rafinha, Watkins, Bamford, Ings. Decent wildcard. Not sure about Johnson. You need to have on wildcard Martinez in your team for sure. Two strikers to hold for beyond 26. I think I would hold Bamford and I would hold uh, possibly Watkins again or Kane for at least 29. Captain Rafinha or Bamford? Rafinha out of the two. Is Reguilon injured? Yes, he's still injured. Davies could be an option, but Reguilon is injured at the moment and he is not close at least at 26, I think. No Bruno, no. I can't get Bruno plus Son plus Kane and have a decent defense. If you look at that defense, I at least see out of 14 clean sheets, I at least see us getting at least 7 to 8 clean sheets out there. So let's say seven or let's say 8 or 9 clean sheets. That's 50 odd points in clean sheets alone. And let's say our attack at least gets about 2 per game, and they have about what 15 games, that's 30 points. So that's 80, 84, 80 points without any goals scored, just clean sheets. If Ings has a double game week 25, 26, 27, no chance he'll start 6 games in 3 weeks. Yes, fair enough. Also, I'm not sure, I'm not very I'm not very confident on the Southampton attack, and I don't want to really keep Ings apart from the double game week they have against Leeds. So the fixture against Leeds is the reason I'm bringing in Ings. Stones or Cancelo depends on your budget. If you want to save money, go Stones. If you have the funds to go for an attacking defender, go Cancelo. Because as soon as any midfielder is injured for City, Cancelo, as tonight, might be shifted into a very attacking midfielder role. Davies or Dyer. Bamford, Kane, Ings on wildcard definitely looks like a good defense attack. Sorry. Now let's see. Now let's discuss. I think we've discussed a lot of wildcard drafts and possibilities. If there's any specific possibility, like a differential possibility, we possibly should discuss it. Apart from that, I think if you want to switch Son to Bruno, Salah to Bruno, or Kane or Son out for Bruno plus Son or Vardy, that's totally fair. Those are basically four. You have three premium slots, and you can fill the way you want them to. No timeline on Regulon by Mourinho tonight. Southampton 26 fixtures are blue. Not so sure that they'll have a 26 double. There's nothing confirmed about Southampton of having a double in 26. Pope, McCarthy, Cresswell, target Stones, Cancelo, me, Salah, Bruno, Rafinha, Son, Gundogan, Diesel, Bamford, Antonio. Save wildcard leads, take a -4 for bench boost. Yeah, if you can take a -4, have a good team, Webhub, save your wildcard. De Bruyne is coming back. What do I do with Gundogan? Because he won't be attacking like now when Kevin De Bruyne comes back. I'll just give you a small comparison for the people who think that Gundogan might not be that attacking. I am looking at Kevin De Bruyne's fixtures. When did he play? He played Aston Villa. He played game week 19 against Aston Villa, 58 minutes, 70 before that. So let's take a sample size between game week 15 to game week 19. Kevin De Bruyne has a goal and assist and about three more assists. He has a goal and four assists in that same period. From from 15 to 19 he has three assists and one goal. I think three assists and a goal. Let's say between 15 and 19 when De Bruyne was playing, how much did Gundogan score? He had one, two, three, four. I think four goals and no assist. I don't really see how Gundogan is actually performing poor in the presence of De Bruyne. He still scored four goals and no assist, unfortunately, but still four goals. It clearly states that yes, he had an attacking output before that as well, and there is significant change in the style Pep is playing right now. So he might be pushed. He might be not playing as a second striker. De Bruyne will possibly take that role, but he'll still be around the box. If you look at the Sheffield United goal, if I am correct, or the Aston Villa goal, the ball was cut inside to him by De Bruyne or Sterling, and then he just thrashed it into the goal. De Bruyne is at the edges. It's Gundogan who's inside the box at times. So I don't see a problem if Gundogan, with the form he is in, Pep knows that he wouldn't stop an informed player from going ahead. I don't think there's a reason to worry about Gundogan at the moment. Man United players other than Bruno and Shaw, there's no one to be honest to actually look at. Van Bissaka maybe, but he's expensive. Otherwise, no. Gundogan or Rafinha 25. Rafinha. Gundogan might not pay 25, so be wary of that. What to would have to take a -8? Should I play wildcard? Depends. Even after -8, you're that was the exact situation I'll explain. If you, even after -8, you don't have your dream wildcard bench boost team, wildcard. There's no point of taking a -8 and not having a dream wildcard team as well. Sterling or other premium assets other than Salah for double game week and long term. Definitely others. Son, Bruno, Kane, Vardy, all better than Sterling at the moment. Play Son or Werner. Son. Martinez, Sanchez, Soyuncu, Westergaard, Stones, Diaz, Shaw, Gundogan, Salah, Son, Rafinha, Barnes, Vardy, Ings, Bamford. Should I swap Barnes and Soyuncu for Dyer and Madison? No, I think Barnes is fine. You probably hold on to your team. That looks good. I don't really need. If you need funds, maybe Soyuncu to someone else. But I don't see a real dire need. Maybe Westergaard to come back if you want. There's no need to actually swap Barnes to Madison. What according to you will be the template team for the upcoming next 5 game weeks? Three differential during the same period. Ings could be a differential. Madison slash Barnes. It depends on which one you pick. Both are differentials. A surprising fact a lot of people are not noticing. Danny Ings overall team selected percent is 11%, and in the top 10k is just about 5%. So he's a huge differential going into 25. I mean, if you're looking for differential captaincy, Ings is a good shout. So do we get both Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne? I don't think there's a need. City are more likely to shuffle around with their attack with UCL coming into play. Kevin De Bruyne is also in that shuffling pack. I don't. That's the reason I'm saying that stick to the defense because most likely they'll get a clean sheet. And with the attack, even if you are double attack, if one of your attackers is benched, there's no guarantee that the other will get points. With defense, there's a clean sheet out there. Justin Justin is available for game week 26. Yes, but that's in the next season, not this season. He's not gonna play this season anymore. Bruno or Son, if money doesn't matter, Son for me going ahead. If they didn't have a double game, if you have free hit, then stick to Bruno, I think. But if you don't have free hit, Son has to be there. Uh, Son to Fernandez, up to you. Yes, Baba, we'll catch you on the deadline stream definitely, or when the fixtures are out. Yes, tomorrow I think the fixtures are out. Uh, I didn't understand your question, Tuhin. Cresswell or Dallas? Dallas. I would on wildcard Dallas. Your main team for giving 25 and one transfer to go into 26. So yes, that's a good question. We'll discuss. If I wildcard the way I have my team set up right now, or let's say I have McCarthy restored. My team has to be McCarthy, Stones, Shaw, Diaz. I will have Madison, Salah, Gundogan, Son, Bamford, Ings, and Kane. Between and if Gundogan is benched, Grealish will come in. Are Jorginho and Kovacic good picks? Jorginho is a decent pick. He's on penalties. He's 4.7 in my opinion. Uh, Decent shot, but again, there are so many good, better options in the midfield. Do you really want to pick another differential out there? Fixtures out before the deadline. Yes, yes, I'm definitely tired of getting into wildcard drafts. I haven't got an ample amount of time to plan mine. Would you keep or sell Cresswell long term? Keep, definitely. Is Grealish essential or not? Definitely not essential. Vestergaard, Dyer, or Rudiger? Dyer. Harvey Barnes or Madison? If you look at stats, Barnes. Cresswell or Dallas, whom to bench? If I had to bench, I would bench in Cresswell against Tottenham. Likely to concede a goal. Dallas is a double. It's an easy bench, Cresswell. Double city defense or Alderweireld this week. Double city defense. If you want to play Alderweireld still, you can do that, but double city defense. Bench boost already used. So with wildcard, do I go strong 11? You probably, if you have a team and with free transfers, you can get a strong 11. You possibly want to save your wildcard. If you're not bench boosting, there's no point of wildcarding this week. My team, if not wildcarding, I'm already on wildcard mid. I'm definitely wildcarding. I knew that the fixtures are going to be there, so I'm definitely wildcarding. Should I use triple captain in double game week or wait for at least 2 3 weeks? Triple captain is completely your choice, guys. There's no restriction between triple captain. You can pick any player in even in the single game week and score about 50 points. Entirely up to you. Use your triple captain whenever you feel like. Go with your gut feeling for triple captain. There is no better thing than gut feeling for triple captain. I think even after -8, if you don't have your ideal bench boost team, you should wildcard. Kane or Salah over the upcoming weeks. Kane. Uh, Yeah, triple captain is up to your gut feeling. Whenever you feel you have a gut feeling about any player, triple captain him. It's up to you. I mostly likely to triple captain in a later double game week or in the last game week. Sell Suchek and Antonio for Ings and Rafinha to take the -4 hit. Yes, I would definitely do that. Yeah, Ketan, as I said, I'm most likely to triple captain in 37, 38. And this was the case as well. I think last time a lot of people triple captain Aubameyang and De Bruyne. Both of them scored about 19 to 18, 17 and 19 points respectively. So your triple captain, if you're scoring about 50 points with your triple captain, that's fair enough. Is Ings necessary? No, it's not. It's a differential. It's up to you. Which is better, free hit 29 or free hit 33? Free hit 29. Definitely, because 33 could be a smaller double game week. It's not a blank game week, to be honest. It's just going to be one team missing out, two teams missing out. How to get rid of expensive bench after wildcard? There is a lot of time to. If you look at my current team, if you look at most of the current teams, my current team had only two 3.9 players, which is Tier at 3.4 million and Johnson at 3.9. I had eight attacking players. I had four defensive players. So it's not essentially that we were actually. Having really cheap benches. I was having a decent bench and a good benching headache every week. So that's going to be the plan ahead as well. And I'm going to make moves only on the merit of the basis of fixtures and form. Start Rudiger or Stones already cancel playing Stones. Buy Ings and Rafinha right away or wait closer to the deadline. If you have cash, wait. Imagine that you hadn't started from game week 1, started from game week 2. Ideally, what should be your end goal be then? Anyway, it doesn't matter if you start from game week 2, your end goal should be similar to your game week 1 goal. Aim for the top 1 percentile. If you're there in the top 1 percentile, there isn't a good comparison. Be there in the top 80,000 at the end of the season, and that's enough because there isn't a lot of difference between the 80,000 and 10k mark at the moment. And always, the top 1 percentile is very good enough. Son for points in 25. What are the likes? How promising? I think he's way too due. Makes a good case for captaincy against West Ham as well, in my opinion. Guys, we had over 150 people watching at a moment, and we just have 75 likes. Hit the like button if you like the stream. Would you recommend selling Gundogan to free up space to get Kevin De Bruyne back with already three assets? Yes, essentially when you're getting Kevin De Bruyne back, you will have to sell Gundogan, and that's a fair enough move. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap up. I think we've answered most of the wildcard questions. We've discussed a lot of different variants of wildcard. One with Vardy, one with Kane plus Son, without Kane or Son, and I think we've covered a lot of things with the cheaper defense, with the expensive defense. Should cover most of your questions and most of your doubts. One spot available. Who to choose from below? Sun, DCL or Grealish? Sun, without doubt. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. Recommend selling Gundogan now instead of Suchek? Maybe no. I don't think so. I don't think so. You should rush to Kevin De Bruyne right away. He might also remember for everyone who's asking about Kevin De Bruyne heavily. Kevin De Bruyne might not even play in the Premier League and be just rested and saved for the UCL, because now it's pretty much there that without De Bruyne also City will win the title, and Pep might just want to focus on the UCL and play him there and bench him very often in the league. So that's something you want to keep in mind as well. Thanks, Vatsal. We'll hopefully we guys reach to 100 likes, and deadline stream would be I think the deadline is 11:30 or 10:30 that night, if I'm not wrong. It's 12, so I think we'll start the deadline at 11, deadline stream at 11 or 11:15 p.m. IST. That should be there as usual. Okay, so till next time, this is FPL Tips signing off. Cheers. Also, for everyone who hasn't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, guys, and hit the like button. Cheers.